I titled this mini class as Hip Mobility at Your Desk. We're really just going to use the chair and not the desk, so that's all I've got here. But the idea and the title is to get your attention that if you spend a lot of time at a desk, there are movement breaks that you can take that involve more than just walking around your desk. So this is hip mobility at your desk. The first thing we're going to do is come to the back of the chair. And we're just going to do a little down dog at the back of the chair. The thing I like to do is put my palms on the chair, not my fingertips, because I don't want to worry about what kind of flexion or extension I'm doing at my wrists. I want to keep this sort of pure. So I'm going to get my armpits a power the way I would for a plank or a regular down dog. And then I'm just going to walk my feet back, finding a place where I can bend and straighten my knees and feel my hamstrings, and then allow my neutral spine to start coming in between my hands. I'm not going to let my ribs come out of my body, so that's the main indicator that I'm going to be looking at, but also that I don't change what's going on with my head, meaning not here and not here. And then maybe trying to find a little more length in my hamstrings. Moving the back of my thighs towards the wall behind me. Maybe not even changing my knee bend. I could even keep my knee bend here and energetically move my thighs behind me, and I feel more activity and more stretch in my legs. Inhaling, and on my exhale, look for a little stretch in my armpits by allowing my sternum to drop without changing my spine. Beautiful. So that was just a really nice long hold, and we're going to come to the chair to work on your foot and ankle mobility alongside of a nice inner thigh stretch. Because I'm putting my chair close to the wall, I'll be maneuvering around the chair. You obviously can do one side and then the other. So what we're going to do is put one foot up on the chair and move one foot a little further away. Now you'll notice that I do not have my feet on the same plane. They're almost train tracks, but they are both facing forward. So the first thing I'm going to do is get myself into a little bit of a hip hinge, see if I want to change my leg position. I'm going to go a little wider, and I'm going to move to this side and allow my ankle to really bend. Allow my knee to come forward of my toes, and I think I need more distance. And then with that neutral spine, stretching this inner thigh. Then as I come back, this inner thigh stretches and I work on a little bit of ankle mobility. So I'm moving back and forth. I had a big crack. Keeping my neutral spine the whole time as best I can. You can go at your own pace, but I'm trying not to go super fast. I am leaning my hips forward as I work on that ankle flexion. Good. That was great. Now for the other side. I'm going to not use the back of the chair, but actually turn the chair around so that I can make this work for me. Okay, so same thing. It takes a moment to find your best place. And then I do need to come further out. I suppose part of what I could do is change where I am on the chair so I'm not stretching right into the camera. So hard to stay untucked right here. So I'm not working that ankle flexion enough, so I am moving that foot so I can really work that ankle flexion. So now I'm finding the optimal thing for me here is to sort of move my foot around until I find the right place. Good. One more. I might even hold onto the chair. Let's get some nice support that way. All right. So, turning my chair back around, because I have my little prop for my toes back here. So the idea now is we're going to do a piston lunge, and we're going to get two benefits out of it. I'm having a feeling of arthritis in my toes this morning, so I'm going to use a little prop to help me out. So I'm going to step forward and find my way into a lunge. So right here, I can stretch my left thigh, the front of my left thigh, my hip flexors, use the wall, hold on to it. Now we don't want to arch our low back. We can actually, if you want, tuck your tail and then come forward and feel a little bit more. You could have your hand here. I feel like it's twisting me, so I like it better to have my hand on the wall. Then what we're going to do is find that piston lunge. So now I'm going to bend both knees and go straight down, pushing through the foot on the chair to come back up. You can keep your hand here on the wall the whole time, or you can decide to test your balance. You don't have to go very far. Excellent. Okay, we get to switch sides. Moving that guy over just a teeny bit. Now your distance may need some assistance in changing. Both sides can be very different, so you just never know. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is tuck my tail and just bend into this, feel and push my pelvis a little forward, feel that stretch. Then I consider myself ready. I go down and up. So I'm a piston going straight up and down. I feel the lengthening here, but I'm pushing through my left heel, trying to light up my left bottom cheek. It's harder when you're on this chair to make that happen. So work hard. Try to make that happen. Beautiful. All right, nice job. I think I have to shake that out a little bit. I'm going to move my chair just a little bit more so that I stay in your picture, your viewfinder. And we're going back to a down dog. Bringing my feet back, bending my knees, sticking my bottom out. And then finding a nice stretch. Even if I don't change my knees here, I can push my thighs towards the wall behind me and feel that stretch even without really changing much in my knees. I can, of course, change my knees too, but you don't have to. Keep your ribs in your body. Let your whole spine drop via the rib cage and sternum closer to the ground. Press down through your hands. Really activate the armpit muscles and your lats. And then walk your way back up. Great. So the next thing that we're going to do, moving the chair again, and I'll move this guy a little bit out of the way. We're going to lunge and hamstring stretch. So choose your leg to come forward on. I'm going to try to go without my little prop. Maybe I'm a little more warmed up. Lunge, hamstring stretch. Plugging my hamstring in. And lunge, making it about this front bottom cheek. Plugging the femur in. Lunge. Stretch. I have a tendency to want to lift my chin when I do that stretch. It's kind of funny. Stay in neutral. It's a nice balance challenge while you're going back and forth between these positions as well. So, find the right place for you to be able to lunge down and then plug that femur in. Got my head in line too this time. Such a nice stretch right here. Notice that my toes are coming back towards my face. That helps increase the taut line for that stretch, because I'm directing the stretch to the back of my leg. And down, stretching the front and back. One more. Down. And one last stretch, plug that femur in. Don't let your chin lift like mine. Beautiful. Okay, shake that out again. Coming back to this side of the chair. We're going to use the chair. Step up really close so you're right at the chair. You've got your heels and your hips pretty closely aligned. And we're just going to press into the chair and feel our sternum lift a little bit, not our chin. Let go. Let go. You can turn your head if you want, but you don't have to. You could turn right and turn left, but you don't have to, as I said. Just press. Let go. Head floats tall. Marble travels up. Back of your body lights up as you press. Feel the back of your arm. Feel your back. One more time. Beautiful. How about another down dog? Move this chair. Palms on. Walking myself back. Getting to a place where I can keep my ribs in my body. I can create a neutral spine. Then I'm going to look for my leg first, pressing my thigh towards the wall behind me, whether I undo the bend in my knees or not. Then inhale, and on your exhale, allow your whole spine to sink a little in between your arms. But don't let your ribs come out of your body. It's not how far you go, it's what you feel. Press your hands, your palms down into the chair. And walk your way back. All right, now for a real challenge. Pulling my chair back here. We are going to do hip flexion and extension. You might want to hold on to a wall or a pole. The hip flexion starts, both feet are on train tracks facing forward. Flexion starts here. Then you take it behind you for a little extension. Remember to tuck your tail. So you're just trying to push against that wall behind you as if you could find it. It's not very much. Stand, lift. Can you use this as a balance activity? Get that leg behind you, or hold onto the wall. Either way. Your glutes are working a lot. Your hip flexors and your hip extensors are working. Excellent job. Ooh, My elbow caught me on against the wall. I was wobbling. One more. Tucking that tail, because I really want to use my back to help me do that. Okay, let's do it again. If you know you've got a side that's a little more wobbly, be prepared to use the wall. And yeah, I need the wall. Maybe start with the wall for a few reps. And then try it again without the wall. Yeah, sometimes just letting your body get used to a task it doesn't like to do by having the support of the wall. And then taking it away, sometimes the muscle memory is already there. So you can take away that stimulus, or stability in this case. There we go. And we end with sit to stand. Probably going to feel really easy after having done all of that good hard work. So we'll play with the sit to stand. We'll start out with a traditional movement where we hip hinge, push through our heels, squeeze our bum, and come up. Then slowly ease yourself down with your bum as that reverse elevator. And then maybe challenge yourself. 2 arms up. Coming back down almost feels like a yoga chair pose. Try something different. Can't look at the camera because I got to keep my head in neutral. Just moving it around. Let's try a little asymmetry. Can you go back down symmetrically even though your arms are not symmetrical? Great. Okay, shake that out. Maybe walk around for a moment, just a little back and forth, or you can walk around your desk. And you're ready to sit down and get working again.